Hello, I'm Scott Bogey here with Kenneth Cross ahead of his fight against Emmanuel Sanchez. How are you doing today?
I'm doing tremendous. Just got done sparring 6 hard rounds, couple grappling rounds, and yeah, couldn't be doing better, brother. Nice to meet you.
It sounds then like training camp is going according to plan. Is that correct?
Wait, what was that?
Sounds like training camp is going according to plan.
Yeah, it's my best training camp ever. I just got a massage yesterday, and it actually freed up my left arm that's been kind of wonky since my Bellator debut. I got kicked in the shoulder, and then I got slammed a couple times after the fight. And I definitely tore something and didn't go to any doctors or anything. So it was a long process, a lot of praying and a lot of due diligence on my part. But I went through my last training camp with an injury. My left arm wasn't firing quite the way I would like it to, but today it finally opened up and I was letting that baby fly. So I'm 100% going into this fight, and I'm so blessed, so thankful, and super, super excited. I didn't fall asleep till 8 a.m. this morning because I knew that my arm was going to be ready to go today. And lo and behold, it's firing on all cylinders, and I'm finally whole again. So I'm super happy.
And that just makes that last fight that you had against Emmanuel Chavez even more impressive then, than knowing that your arm wasn't even at 100%.
Yeah, I didn't want to talk about it too much. You want to go in there and kind of be discreet if you have any
Yeah.
injury. But I'm a southpaw, and my left hand is my bread and butter. And I've had to go sparring and wrestling. It hasn't really affected anything, but the external rotation and the speed and the power, my lats and everything, something was off. And now it's finally back. But yeah, going into that fight, I knew I was going to be a little handicapped, and I still made it work. I still hit him with a left hand, and it just kind of made my movement a little off, and I wasn't real happy with it. And now, thank God, it's feeling amazing, and you guys are gonna see this left hand firing in this next fight.
Definitely, I can't wait to see that. Was there anything in that last fight? Obviously, you got the victory in the second round due to an armbar. Was there anything that you're surprised at from Chavez?
Yes and no. I watched film on him, so I kind of expected what he was gonna do. His timing was really awkward, and he was either all the way in or all the way out. Kind of didn't want to fight, almost didn't want to engage in the center, so he was kicking a lot, and so it became a kicking war. And I had to let him know that I'm gonna blast through him with my kicks, and I blocked all of his. And yeah, it became a kicking war, which isn't as fun for me. It's kind of like point fighting. It's kind of
Yeah,
like kickbox, like yeah, point fighting. And I didn't want to do that. I wanted to get in there and mix it up. So I had to adjust, and that's nothing new to me. So we got it done. We did what we had to do, and we took advantage where he was making mistakes. And yeah, I have a lot of different tools in my arsenal and adapt to whatever he brought to the table.
and how do you see this coming fight against Sanchez? How do you feel that fight's going to play out?
Um, I'm ready for anything. I see it playing out, me knocking him out or submitting him or just dominating him all 3 rounds. Now that I have my left arm, man, I'm fully expecting a knockout.
Exactly. And before you have been able to fight on the Dana White Contender Series, you were able to go out there, get the decision victory. Did you feel like during that fight you did do enough to get the contract?
Um, in the fight, no, but with the obstacles that I had to deal with and my opponent dropping out and having to cut weight twice and stuff like that, I kind of thought I might get the nod. But again, I was so tired. I had a shitty interview afterwards, and I didn't want to. They wanted me to talk about my upbringing and my story that I wasn't truly comfortable with sharing to the world. So I can see why I didn't get it, but I get that opportunity again I'm gonna finish whoever's in front of me and have a entertaining interview that the people want to hear and Dana wants to hear. So I'm happy with what happened. I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be, and I went up against a 10-0 guy and defeated him. I didn't have a great training camp. I wasn't real disciplined in my everyday life, my habits, my mental, and now I know who I am as a person and as a fighter, and I'm in one of the best gyms in the world with amazing athletes that I rub shoulders and get banged up with every single day. So I'm grateful for where I'm at and where it's led me.
Yeah, exactly. And on this card, it is the perfect way to showcase your abilities to be able to get to that next level. Obviously, you have the main event, two ex-UFC guys, and then your opponent is a former Bellator fighter. So there's a lot of big names on this card. Do you feel like that's just going to bring a lot more people to this card and getting more eyes on you?
Yeah, I think it's going to bring a lot of eyes to XFC as well. I in every card I'm on, I'm going to have a lot of eyes just with my style and my personality and my energy that I bring. But I think this is going to bring a lot of eyes for XFC, and hopefully if I stay with them for another fight, it bumps up my pay. So I'm excited to go out there and do what I do.
And heading into that, like contender series, you were able to get the lights out lightweight championship. How was that feeling to be able to get that title?
It was nice because it was my first world title, and I was able to knock the guy out, TKO him, a guy that was talking a lot of shit, saying that he could outbox me, and I hit him with one left hand, and it turned his lights off. And I was able to, stay fresh in there, take no damage, and have a great celebration and wrap that gold around my waist. I was fighting for lights out for a long time. That was my second time competing for a world title. I fell short my first time. I bumped up to 65, and a guy came down from 70, and I gassed out, and I wasn't going to make that same mistake. So going up against a big athletic striker, I was excited to go in there and show the world my striking abilities.
And what was the reaction when, after that fight, you got a call from Dana White asking you to come on the contender series?
I was ecstatic. It was coming really fast, and I kind of thought I wasn't ready because I started fighting. I started training when I was like 20, and the opportunity came when I was 25. So I only had like 5 years in a gym. I'd been fighting since I was 19, and I kind of just went off of street fighting and wrestling and built my way up through the amateur ranks, went 9-0. Then I went 3-0 as a pro, and that's kind of when I lost two back to back and became 3-2, and that's kind of when I moved to Detroit, Michigan, and started training with Darren Cruikshank at Michigan Top Team, and that really skyrocketed my my abilities of fighting and understanding, what it takes. So I was really excited about it. I kind of felt, if I'm being honest, I felt like I didn't deserve it, but I went out there and I still won. Didn't get the contract, but definitely got some notoriety and some big names commentating my fight. And Paul Felder was one of them, and he was actually in the gym Monday showing us elbow strikes. And like I said, everything's kind of led me exactly where I'm supposed to be, and it's all coming full circle.
Exactly. And how has moving to Detroit and helped improve your game?
I mean, moving to Detroit was the first step of many that I made in my MMA career. I lost to someone that trained there, and he said if I wanted to come train over there, his name was Mo Shatri, and I took him up on that. So if you can't beat them, join them. And I went over there and I learned with the best, and it really helped me. It really got me into the zone, and from there I ended up moving to Lansing and training at Murcielago. A lot of great guys there. Again, leveled up, and now I'm in Las Vegas training at Extreme Couture. And I just keep leveling up. You don't want to be the biggest fish in the pond. You want to go and get smashed and learn and continue to better yourself with the best athletes and the best bodies you can surround yourself with. So I'm happy.
Exactly. And how much do you value the tape study in the game? I know for a lot of fighters, it does vary. Some love it, some don't do much of it. Where do you fall on that?
What do I think about the what?
Tape study.
The teeps?
Tape.
Like
Like
a kick?
watching, no, watching
Oh, tape.
fights back.
I love it. I'm a student of the game, so I'm always studying and in breaking down my opponents. I watch, UFC all day long on Saturdays, and then I transition over to watching Bellator, watching PFL. I study a lot, and it's just part of my life. I train, I eat, I sleep, and I study. So tape's good. I like to watch, my opponents, and this next opponent, I have two teammates that have already conquered and beat him. And so not only do I get to watch tape on him, I get to talk to the guys that put the hands on him and defeated him. So it all really helps out on fight night.
And as long as you come out of this fight with the victory and on no injuries, when are you looking to get back into the octagon? I know Bellator is coming to Chicago, hopefully before the end of the year. Are you looking to maybe get on that, or when are you looking to get back in?
I really want to get into the UFC. I was actually supposed to be on the Ultimate Fighter, and I fought Contender Series and won. I've been right there, so I really want to get that UFC logo on my ass and on my legs, and get the warm up gear and be a part of that gang. So Bellator is cool. They pay a lot in the beginning, but I would like to build my way up through the best promotion in the world, which is the UFC. With that said, if the XFC continues to bring me great opportunities, great opponents, and pay me well like they are, I'm cool with whatever opportunities come, and I just want to stay active. I want to stay injury free, like you said, and just keep going. I'm almost 30 years old, so I'm entering my prime. I got a few years left, and this is the time to really push the pace and get after it. So any opportunity that come my way, I'm ready to decipher which one's best and which way to move.
And like you said, you were meant to be on the Ultimate Fighter. Was that meant to be this season?
That was the Conor McGregor season. I was out in Vegas. That's kind of what pushed me into moving out here. I was there for 2 weeks and was pretty locked in that I was going to be on the show. And the last minute came up, some things were told to me, and I became an alternate. So that's what pushed me over to become a Bellator fighter. I was like, you know what, this is bull crap. And I jumped into a fight, didn't have a real long training camp, and took a loss. And when you lose where I'm at, it sets you back a year at least. So it's just learning on the job, and being ready is something Paul Felder said, is that you got to be ready at all times when you get to
Yeah.
this level. So here I am, staying ready.
And is there any truth to the story that for the Ultimate Fighter series of Conor McGregor, there was meant to be fighters in the Ultimate Fighter show that last second got kicked off in place for Conor McGregor's guys?
It's what I was told.
And obviously, you're not going to underestimate Emmanuel, but do you feel like there's anything that he does that you're looking to take advantage of?
Just looking to punch him in the face, looking to rearrange his nose. He's coming up from 45. He's had a couple fights now at 55, but I'm a natural 55er. I'm strong. I'm long. He's got a lot of experience, but I'm not new to this. So I'm looking to just inflict pain and do damage and dominate and do what I'm capable of doing.
Exactly. And I know you'll be able to go out there, smash it up, and get that victory. Now, I'll let you have the final word. Is there anything else you're wanting to add or anyone you're wanting to shout out?
Yeah, I just want to tell everybody to tune in, because this is going to be a fan friendly fight. This is going to be the biggest fight of my life, and I've planned accordingly. I've done my due diligence, and I'm ready to show up for Hastings, Michigan, and put on for the people that have supported me, and my wife. And I just want to give all glory to God and go out there and do what I was born to do.
Exactly. And I know you're going to put on a great performance. So thank you for coming on.
Hey, it was a pleasure, bro. It's nice to meet you.